All right, welcome back everyone for another deep dive. This time we're tackling something pretty fascinating. It's this idea of improv, happiness, and how we humans deal with, well, the unexpected.
Yeah, winging it, as they say.
Exactly. And our source material today is this really thought-provoking piece called Improvisation and Happiness. It actually starts with this question that I found so intriguing. When was the last time you completely winged it?
I love that. It gets you thinking right off the bat.
Oh, absolutely. And what's even more interesting is the connection it makes to, well, of all places, Siberia.
A bit unexpected, right?
Totally. But stay with us, because it all ties together in a way that I think is going to resonate with a lot of people. So let's dive in, shall we?
Let's do it.
All right. So first things first, this source really emphasizes the whole concept of ad-libbing.
Right, and it defines it as basically improvising, creating something in the moment.
Yeah.
Whether it's words, actions, or even, changing direction when your plans take a sudden detour.
Plans going awry. That reminds me of this time I was supposed to give a presentation at work, and the projector just died right before I was about to start. Talk about a curveball.
Oh no, what did you do?
Well, I could have panicked, right? But instead, I just decided to embrace the unexpected. I went completely off script, and it ended up being one of the most engaging, well-received presentations I've ever given.
See, it's like the source says, sometimes the best things happen when we let go of our rigid expectations.
And that's where the happiness part comes in, right? It's almost like we can redefine what happiness means by just embracing the unexpected.
Totally. It's not about avoiding the unexpected, but about how we react to it. And our source really highlights that happiness is a very personal thing, too, shaped by our own individual experiences and perspectives.
Which makes sense, right? What makes one person happy might not do it for another.
Exactly. And there's a lot of research now showing that happiness isn't really about external stuff, but more about our internal state, like our ability to adapt to changes, find meaning in things, even those difficult situations. All of that plays a huge role in our overall well-being.
So how does Siberia fit into all of this? Because I'll admit, it's not the first place that springs to mind when I think of happiness.
Right. Well, the source uses Siberia as this kind of case study in resilience. Imagine a place with brutal temperatures, winters that seem to last forever, and a history of hardship. It might seem like the last place you'd find joy, right?
But then there's that quote from Anton Chekhov. Even in Siberia, there is happiness.
Powerful, isn't it? It perfectly captures the idea that happiness isn't about avoiding hardship altogether. It's about finding meaning, connection, even in those challenging moments.
So Siberia becomes like this symbol of the human spirit, this ability to adapt, even thrive, no matter what life throws at you.
Absolutely. And if you can find happiness in a place like Siberia, you can find it anywhere.
It's inspiring, right? It's like no matter what challenges we face, there's always that potential for happiness. If we could just tap into our resilience, that ability to improvise, to adapt, even when life throws us a curveball, or a Siberian winter, metaphorically speaking, of course.
It's a good reminder that maybe those pockets of happiness are a lot closer than we think. Sometimes we just need to shift our perspective a little.
Absolutely. So to everyone listening, we hope this deep dive has given you something to think about. Where might you be overlooking happiness in your own life?
Perhaps it's hidden in plain sight, just waiting for you to discover it.
Thanks for joining us, everyone, and we'll see you next time for another deep dive.
See you then.